These are my friends, and I wanted to talk about something small, but is actually really important: recycling. I'm using Weeb here because, let's be honest, all of us use those blue recycling bins around us, and most of us just toss stuff into them without really thinking much about it. But do we actually know why it's so important? What I want to explain today is why it matters when we follow our local recycling rules, what we can recycle, and how recycling helps protect our planets. Let's start with the rules. To make recycling simple, our community has some basic guidelines for what we can and can't go into those bins. We have different colored bins for trash and recycling, and it's really important to put the right materials in the correct bin. It might not seem like a big deal, but when people throw things like used pizza boxes or plastic grocery bags into recycling, it can cause problems. The Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, says that contamination is one of the biggest challenges in recycling. When the wrong materials get mixed in with good recycles, it could ruin the whole batch. If a few things are wrong, they can all end up in the landfill, so knowing the rules and sticking to them is really important to making sure our efforts aren't wasted. So what exactly can we recycle? Let's go over some of the basics. Papers like newspaper, magazines, and clean cardboard are all recyclable. When it comes to plastic, make sure recycling bottles like plastic bottle, jugs, all have a recycling symbol on them. However, plastic grocery bags can't be thrown in your regular recycling bin. Most of the time, those bags need to be taken to special drop-off locations like the bins you see at stores like Target or Walmart. For glass, things like bottles and jars are recyclable, but it's important to rinse them out first. Earth 911, a recycling resource, says that rinsing out containers helps because food or liquids can contaminate the recycling process if we all follow these simple steps. It makes a big difference in how effective our recycling efforts are. Now you might be wondering, why should I care about recycling? Well, it's actually more impactful than you might think. Recycling helps save natural resources and energy, and it reduces the amount of trash that ends up in landfill. For example, the American Forest and Paper Association says that recycling saves a ton of paper. 1 ton of paper saves 17 trees. Think about 17 trees saved from being cut down by recycling paper. And that's not all. Recycling also saves energy. Making a new aluminum can from a recycled one takes 95% less energy than making a brand new one. It's cheaper to use recycled materials than it is to make new ones, so recycling doesn't just help the environment, it also makes sense financially. There's another big benefit to recycling. It helps reduce pollution when we're recycling, when we're cutting down on the amount of waste that ends up in landfill. Landfill takes up space and can also create pollution by leaking harmful chemicals into the soil and water. By recycling more, we help reduce the need for new landfills, and we're protecting our environment from harmful pollution. It's a win-win situation. And here's something that might surprise you. The National Recycling Coalition says that only about 35% of what we throw away actually gets recycled. Even though up to 80% of our waste could be recycled, that means we're missing a huge opportunity to make a positive impact. Just think about it. If we all made a little more effort to recycle the right way, we could greatly reduce the amount of waste going to landfills and make a huge difference for the environment. So what's the takeaway here? Recycling isn't just about following the rules, it's about making a real difference for the planet. When we take time to recycle correctly, we're helping save resources, reduce pollution, and protect the environment. For future generations, it might seem like a small thing, but when we all do our part, the impact can be huge. So the next time you're about to toss something in the bin, just take a moment to think about it. Is it recyclable? Is it clean and ready to be reused? A little extra effort from all of us can go a long way. Let's all make sure we recycle the right way so that we can help make a real impact. Thank you.